We ain't beefing, I don't want no smoke. It ain't no secret, they know all of us are dope. And our people need us, we can't let them fight this battle alone. We done lost some folks and we can't lose no more. So I'ma be
breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making plans.
You've been lied to. You've been told that the enemy stands beside you. Your neighbor is your rival. That's what they use to divide you. But I ain't beefing with nobody that got the same problems I do. Don't always work, but I try to. I can be prideful when I often lose my cool, but I choose to commit to being better so we can eat together. Cause compared to black lives, our beef don't really matter. The day of us fighting each other is over. Wish they love my folks like they loving my culture. But we ain't even pressed, I ain't even gon' hold ya. We don't need your stamp, we co-signing our own stuff. Don't need permission, you dealing with grown-ups. And our ancestors, they told us you owe us. So we here to collect, make the check out the black crowd and no one.
You ain't beefing, I don't want no smoke. It ain't no secret, they know all of us are dope. And our people need us, we can't let them fight this battle alone. We done lost some folks and we can't lose no more. So I'ma be
breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making plans.
Just got a call from my dog, he was sniffing. He said that he saw what he saw, but wish he didn't. I told him that we all was a part of what we witnessed. He said that the law be going hard. I said they been dead, where you been? It's time to bring your best out, kings. Cause this ain't a protest, this a lifestyle change. Which means my child is your child. Protect and respect our queen. Hell of a thing to be melanin made.
ain't beefing, I don't want no smoke. It ain't no secret, they know all of us are dope. They know. And our people need us, we can't let them fight this battle alone. We done lost some folks and we can't lose no more.
So mama,
Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making plans. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making plans.
One more time. One more. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Yeah, good evening, good afternoon, good night, amen, and good morning to some of you, depending on where you're watching. Welcome back to the program. So let's go live with Lamont King. I am Lamont King. Let's go. Hey, good to have you. I'm glad you made it back. Could have gone the other way, but it didn't. You could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be right here on Let's Go Live, and I appreciate it. To my regular salute, Peanut Gallery, what up? First-time viewers and listeners, I appreciate you for tuning in. It's a real situation. Got a new real. Let me throw this out real quick before we get to housekeeping. We're each and every Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. East Coast time. Here's my new little slogan today. If you see something, share something. All right. I was just perusing while the song was going. Shout out to Steve Roy and Black Boo, Alfred Duncan, man, with that song. It's one of my favorite joints right now that you won't hear on the radio. It's called Black Lives Matter Plaza. It's available on all platforms. I'm not pushing it or selling it. I just like the shit. I think they got a ringtone and some more stuff. So I'm using it as my show open until they get signed to a label, and it's copywriting, because I don't want no copyright claim smoke. I don't need it in my life. We're not bringing enough revenue for me to be able to fight that. So I'm gonna play it every day until I can't. Anyway, if you see something, share something. I'm perusing through, making sure all the streams is going where they're supposed to go at, making sure I'm right side up instead of I'm making sure I'm portrait instead of landscape, trying to make sure everything logistically is correct. And I go to these pages and I see like 50 people watching, but one person shares. And then I go click on to see who shared the stream, the live, and it's me. That time, y'all stop playing with the games, man. If you see something, share something. You be like, oh yeah, I like this. I'll be watching every. What? Tell somebody. Share. Put it on your timeline. You. Some of you put lesser shit on your timeline. So I mean, come on, stop. Really. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you good, but you're not that good. I've seen lesser on your timeline. Don't play with me. All right. And then here's the thing. People know I be doing stuff, trying to launch projects, and people stay sending me stuff, like sending me bullshit. Did you see this? Yes, I saw it, and it was terrible. Did you see me? Share me the way you share other people, man. Send it out. If you see something, share something. Get that on a goddamn t-shirt. Anyway, good to see y'all, man. Yeah, all the peanut gallery. Good to see y'all checking it. Yeah, y'all too. In attendance. Imani says in attendance. Wait a minute, let me put this out here. In attendance, we here. But did you share? That's the question. All right. Just had to throw that out there, get that off my chest. All right, housekeeping. Here's the situation, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching a program that is completely viewer supported, owned and operated, Black owned and operated, viewer supported. We got we got a couple new sponsors from yesterday, new patrons. We put this out there. Wait a minute, we put this out there in the beginning because they said I ain't do it yesterday. I'll be trying to do it live. That's all. Trying to make sure it all. This is my Cash App. Just throw a couple dollars at us if you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, just throw a couple dollars at us. So I'm going to our fund from yesterday. Cash Miner. She's our new, and Elena Prince. Shout out to y'all. Thanks for supporting the operation. Broadcasting live from Tiny Closet Studios. Broadcasting live from Tiny Closet Studios is our nerve center of operations where we get all our stuff done. We're pushing out content, man. Great interviews, great conversations with, people, places, and things. Stuff you ordinarily wouldn't, come across. And that's what it is, man. So become a patron if you want. I'm putting a lot of content in my Patreon. Full episodes of all the shows. You won't get them on YouTube. You won't get them on Facebook. You'll get them in the Patreon in the VIP section. It's a monthly subscription to all my content. It's exciting. The shit is exciting. So check that out. And also visit our sponsor, our longtime partner, drunkenfruit.com. The big homies, Black owned and operated out of Brooklyn, New York. Their products are exquisite. And download, officially after our 7th week on the air, the Humor Mill app. We got all the bugs and fixes out the way. So if you go there right now, if you have the app is carrying the show. They carry 24-hour comedy and news entertainment content. And between the hours of 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. East Coast time, they carry Let's Go Live. And so you go in there, click on Live Comedy TV. It's DL Hughley's face. He like that. You click on it, and the show starts streaming. So we moving into some situations, man. With your help, we're going to be, man, we're in 20 homes right now. With your help, by the end of the week, we'll be in 30 homes. So if you see something, share something, man. All right. Let's get to it. Oh, is this for me? Oh, thank you. Okay. It's today's headlines. Let's see. Kanye West. Terry Crews. Chance the Rapper. No. Kanye West, Terry Crews, and Chance the Rapper. No. Okay. What else? Donald Trump. No. No. Okay. We're gonna do away with the headlines. It's something else I want to talk about, man, and I want to make sure that y'all are involved. I want to get your take on it, man, because it's something on my heart, man. I'm just trying to learn. I'm here to learn, man. You know, I don't want to talk the whole time, all the time. I be wanting to learn right here on Let's Go Live, and it's something that I have been encountering over the last few weeks or whatever have you, and then I keep hearing it more and more, and then I heard it today, and it's this SouSou thing. So I want to talk about SouSou, man, and at some point we're gonna live on the air. We're going to try to jump this Skype situation off. So if you got Skype, I know Skype is old school, but a lot of TV networks still use it. So if you got it, just find us. Let's Go Live is the account, and Skype, and I'm gonna try to bring you in. All right, that's how we're gonna do our when you want to get on the show. We're gonna try that, all right? But don't overdo it. Everybody can't do it at once, because then we start hearing the blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear all that. But we're gonna try to finesse that. All right, I want to talk about SouSou. I got questions. I have got questions. I hope Ray is on here, because Ray is in it. I got questions. So a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, I don't know. People bored. I don't know if it's because of, the pandemic. I don't know if it's sports ain't on. And oh, by the way, did you see the game last night? No, because it wasn't one. I've been working on that joke. I've been waiting for a chance to use it, and I should have did it earlier. But anyway, I don't know if sports ain't on or what, but I get this. I start seeing this on social media, Twitter. SouSou, and hey, if you put 500, man, you get 4,000. I cashed out in 6 weeks, and I was like, what is this about, right? So I start seeing it more and more and more, right? So then Facebook, and hey, man, I put this 150 up, got 3 G's back. What y'all trying to do? And I was like, what, is this Ponzi? Is it multi-level marketing? Like, what is this? Why now? Right. So today, like 3 people hit me, on the inbox and was like, yo, let me hold 100. And in 2 weeks, I'll either give you your 100 back or give you $500. And I was like, wait a minute. All right. Okay. Y'all done flipped the flip. Like, I was still trying to figure out what SouSou was. And then now somebody hit me with a SouSou variation, like a SouSou alternative. I'm like, what is y'all out here doing with this money? So I started doing some research. I had to, because I didn't want to be uninformed. I didn't want to be on the wrong side of history. I didn't want to be left out. I didn't want to be the only one ain't out here SouSouing. So I was like, well, let me see what this shit is all about, right? So I started researching. And it's basically what I found out was, and listen, don't get triggered. If you in it and you right now, waiting for to get in the water and get your money out, chill out. This is just a fact finding mission until we can get somebody on here that can explain it, right? So anyway, so what I found out was it's basically a money pool. So money pools are not new. The way it's being done, I think in some ways, in some circles, is new. There's just like a little type of adjustment to it. But it's an old school saving mechanisms that's big in typically in communities that are not from here. Right. So it's big in a lot of the foreign communities is how they save money. So it's basically group of people get together. This is the basic way. Correct me if I'm wrong. Group of people get together, put in a certain amount of money on a regular schedule, and then rotate giving that money to one of the people that put it in. So if 4 people put in money every month, each month, one of those 4 people gets the kitty. Kitty's some old school shit. They get the kitty. And then you start over and keep it going. That's the old way, right? It's just an easier way to save your money. What's happening now, and they're using the old word, because I think it's either an old Asian word or an old African word. I'm not sure on that. Don't correct me. All of y'all smarter than me. Go to the internet. What's happening now is there's that component added with a multi-level component of, all right, we're going to do this rotation. However, at the bottom of the rotation, if you're the first time coming in, you put your money up. The person whose month it is gets all of that money. You got to bring 2 people You have to then train or convince or persuade those two people to bring two people so that as you move up, at the end of the cycle, you get the pull, then you get to jump back to the beginning of the cycle. But once you jump back to the beginning of the cycle, you don't have to bring two additional people. But if it's still moving behind you, where two people bringing two people, bringing two people, bringing two people, every time you reset the cycle, you get a payout. So that's where the residual income comes from. All right, I've seen the words used invest. It's not investing. I've seen the words used money grab. It's not really a money grab. Some versions of it, the basic version, you're only getting out what you put in. In this new and improved 2020 COVID version, you're getting a kickback based on the people behind you's ability to bring new people in. Are we clear? Let me give you a few minutes to process that. So that's what's going on now with your friends and family. And it's everybody's been super low key about it. And that's why it took me so long to figure it out. Because I was like, what? When I seen it, I was like, that's a pyramid. What y'all doing? What's that, the new Ponzi? That's the COVID Ponzi. And they was like, nah. What it is, and I kept looking. I said, well, that's okay. That's multi-level marketing. Because all you got to do is convince two people. But at the same time, you got to train them two people to know how to convince two people. And with that training, hope that those two people know how to train two people to convince two other people. So that's where it gets labor intensive. But everybody I've talked to that has done it has met with success. That's why I'm not hating on it. Everybody that I've talked to has done it, has met with success. I just, up until today, I really didn't understand it. Is that Skype? Are we Skyping? Oh. I really didn't understand it until today. And I had to really dig because I don't, my brain, I ain't that smart. So sometimes, because my whole thing was, all right, well, who at the top? And in the videos that I went, and everybody sent me the same video. So let me say this very clearly thank you for tuning in. Stop sending me the video. Everybody sent the same video with the little black dude and the tree, the flower, the the SouSou flower, breaking it down. So I was like, well, who at the top of the money? And then it was like, well, there ain't no top. Because once you put in the money, you're putting it into the person who's in the water at this stage of the cycle. I was like, in the water? I said, you got to get baptized to get your money, get your bread. And then I had to watch the video. I was like, oh, I get it. Fire, air, earth, water. I get it. So that's what that was. So then, now the new version, that's what they on right now. And I definitely thought no, people are, when I say training, see, y'all been wow. When I say training, I'm talking about, I literally have to pick up the phone. This is training. I don't know what kind of relationships y'all got, but I got to pick up the phone and convince you that it would behoove of you to part with $500 with no guarantee that you'll get it back in 4 weeks. You get $4,000 in 4 weeks. I got to call a black person to convince them to give up money in the hopes that they'll get more money after a set period of time with no guarantees. There's a level of training that goes with that. Fuck what y'all talking about. There's a level of, I got to convince you. I done got hit with 7 people already asking for my 500. And I'm like, I said no. And now I think back on it, I was like, y'all wasn't trained well. Because if y'all had explained it the way it was broken down on my page today with Sharice and Ray and all them going back and forth, I might have did it. So, but I just want to introduce the reason why I wanted to talk about this, because it's a thing with black folks, like for real. Like we are so untrusting when it comes to money. It is unreal. And I'm talking about foundational black folks. I'm talking about the ones from here, because those communities that everybody has been mentioning and joking about, who have been doing SouSou forever, they have a different approach to money and pooling community resources than black people who were born and raised in America do. And that's just for real. But we are so untrusting. Like the first thing I thought of was I don't trust it. But then when I found out today, here's the flip. Walk with me on this. When I was doing the research today and digging, I was like, Wait a minute, hold on. My executive producer. Ponzi 19. Negroes are bored and looking for free money and less work because I got fired on my day off while working from home. No, hold on. I'm going to come back to that because that's hilarious. I'm going to come back to that. What I was going to say was I was doing my research and I realized, I was like, yo, my family, the Kings, I said, we used to do that. Anyway, it didn't have a name, but it's 5 of us, and we used to put in a monthly amount, and each month, the person, we named it, we voted on the order and did the order, whatever, and you just put in some money, and then when your month came up and 3 times out of the year, 2-3 times out of the year, you got that lump sum, but it was your own money, but it still felt good. Like, that's the thing. It's more psychological than anything. It's a savings thing, but I'm putting in 100, and I know at the end of 4 months, I got a couple large, you know what I'm saying, or whatever it is. Like I knew that was a thing. I didn't realize that was some age old West Indian, West African, Asian. I didn't know it was some age old thing. We just did it. I think my mother came up with the idea and brought it past us, but I didn't know it had a name to it. So I'm hip to the concept, but Black people are just so untrusting that when I started seeing this recently in the last couple of months, I was like, I don't know nothing about that. SouSou, you better get, stop playing. And so, but to your point, Mr. Clarkson, our executive producer, to your point, I really do. I was like, where did this come from and why is everybody on it now? And I think niggas are bored. I think people are bored and the casinos are closed. You don't trust the banks. The stock market is some shit. Like it makes complete simple. It's yes, wait a minute, hold on. I say I sell 50-50 raffle tickets to feed the homeless for $5, and I got to pull teeth. Absolutely, because we don't trust. But I think people are bored, man. I think right now the reason why it got so popular real fast is because a couple people got paid. We bored. We don't trust the banks, so I'm not, in a hurry to do no mutual market, nothing, no high yielding bank account. Stock market is some trash. So I'm not in a hurry to, they say the best place to grow your money is in the stock market. Right now, there's so much uncertainty. Cash wins. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill. So yeah, I think that has a lot to do with the popularity recently. But the last message I got today, when my man said, just give me 100 and I'll give you your money back or 500. And I was like, oh, he putting points on the package. I was like, oh, they done turn this into the new dope game. So I had to do the research, watch another video. It was like people are involved in their own flowers, running their own cycles. And within those cycles, they're managing the pools, the money pools, as another person, right? So let's say you manage in one pool and you're responsible for bringing in 2 people that's bringing in 2 people, right? So instead of doing that, you might get somebody to prorate or subsidize a whole position because you ain't gonna find 2 people to give up 500 a piece. But you might find, or you might, one of your, let's say you need one person. You got one person put into 500. Let's say you got one person. I mean, you got one more slot left. You need that person put in 500 because Sunday we going in, right? We putting it. The cycle starts over. You back to fire. What they're doing is now you get that person instead of one person with 5. Find 5 people willing to put up 100 because 100 is way lesser than 5. 5 people to put up 100, and then they like, because I would do that until I start, doing some more digging. I would do that. So he'd take that money, wait for the cycle, flip, and I'm only getting what I agreed to because it was a partial prorated position that I was in. So I'm only getting that 5. Meanwhile, he done made the rest of the money off of the little money I gave him. So I was like, oh, y'all out here flipping. Y'all flipping. I was like, this is genius. Y'all are bored. This is like, I kind of got excited because I was like, all right, we need this. This is new math. We need this out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like the world is topsy turvy right now. Ain't no time for scruples. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no time for condemnation. We out here trying to get this quick cash, this money right quick. Who with it? But it's funny, it's wild to see our attitudes, right? Those of you who in it, it's like, hey man, you will get left behind thinking that way, the way you do. That's a slave mentality. I was like, damn, y'all go. I was like, damn, because I don't want to give up 500. I got the slave mentality. Stay on the porch then. I'm like, damn, y'all going. I can't wait till MGM open back up, man. Some of y'all done heard sold and heard to give away money, man. But geez, can some like I don't know, man. I gotta see more evidence. I gotta let me get into SouSou with your money. Can we do that? I believe in it. I think it'll work. I think the program is amazing. I don't think it's a Ponzi scheme at all. I don't think it's multi-level marketing. I believe in the guarantees. I just want to use your money. Can we use your money and then split it? I need you to take the risk. I'm not in a position right now, financially stable. I want to get into SouSou up under you using your money. And then when we pay out, let's split it. All right. So for those of you who big with it, I see. Let me see this group in it. I'm in it. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. So my man James said, you're right. We need this, but you have to trust the group you're in it with. I'm in. The one I'm in on is 1,600. So wait a minute. So James, you putting in 16 or that's the payout? Because that's cheese right there. But what I was gonna say was, if you're in the kind where you got to bring people, like how many times does the cycle? Because I keep hearing people say, yeah, I'm waiting. I got 2 weeks to go. I'm gonna get my 4 Gs. And then what? Does it restart? Does it reset? Do you do it again? You stay in it? Is it indefinite? Can I like take that money and if I do a 4-week cycle 12 times, is that 50 G's at the end of the year? Is people out here making 50 G's? Y'all got to school me. These are questions that need answers. It's not rhetorical. Oh, you putting in 1,600. Oh, y'all out here. Oh, y'all really doing it. Ray has a cousin that's in a 1,400 and you get back 11.2. Hey, y'all really doing it. And when you get what Cherie says, and when you get watered, you have to. I love the phrasing, man. It's so drug game, man. And when you get watered, you got to bring in your 2 people. You got to bring your two people to the wet table, and so everybody can get watered down, and you cash out. You know that shit is so fly. Damn. Yes. I'm living life all wrong as a non-believer. This is upsetting. I had no clue. But I want to get in on it though. I want, with your money, let me do that. Y'all out here just getting wet. Y'all get butt naked. Wet. Dust. That's what you had? That's what you're smoking? You remember that training day? All right, let's keep it moving. So there's that, man. I just wanted to really, really talk on that. Hey, who knows? The next time you see me tomorrow at this time, it may be a thing. I may be on the first week on some hot shit. I may be, on week 1 of a cycle on one of them big boy groups. Somebody point me in the direction of one of them big boy groups with a put in is like 2 stacks. I'll do that. Who knows? I'm a believer now. Tomorrow I might jump in and sue, and it's SouSou game. Or mother's SouSou. All right, so we keep it moving. All right, so cancel culture, man. Speaking of which, because it kind of ties into the same, man, because a lot of times as soon as you hear somebody with a multi-level situation or what you think is a Ponzi situation, it's like, nah, I'm good. We good over here. You don't want to make no more money? Nah, I'm good. I'm trying to retire by 50. You want to work every day for somebody? Nah, I'm good over here. I'm good with my money. All right, you're just going to let your money just sit there and not make money? All right, I'm good. And then a lot of times when we get in those conversations, we quick to not deal with those individuals anymore because nobody likes to, the way that feels. And so we cancel. So it made me think about something. Cancel culture, man. Your president recently was saying that cancel culture is going to be the end of American society and civilization. And I was trying to read a comment. Y'all be writing these long ass comments, man. I can't read that. Ma. So he was saying how it's going to be the end of civilization, but he was blaming liberals and what he called liberal fascists and all of that. And I kind of left that on the table. That was rhetoric. But cancel culture itself, though, and I wanted to pose to y'all, man. Like, is it really damaging to American society? Because I feel like, they're saying it's a direct attack on free speech, and in theory, free speech is probably the cornerstone of American society, or the right to, or the right as it's protected, cornerstone to American society. Now, the caveat is, black folks, we know that has I won't say never, but typically that doesn't apply to us. So we already know that. Let's take that off the table. Don't start no argument about it. It's not for black people. We know this. But censorship in the form of protected, going against protected free speech. Do you feel like cancel culture is something that will lead to more bad than good? Because we're quick, and I'm talking about any type of cancel culture. I'm talking about, like, we're quick now to, we're in this period where we're removing statues because of how they make you feel and what they represent and what they stand for, right? We're changing names because of what that company, who they used to fund, who they used to back. We got celebrities who tweets coming up from 2011, and they said some wild shit in 2011, and then they get canceled, right? Then we'll boycott a store for 2 days, right? We'll cancel that. Then there's a TV show. We didn't like what they did one time, that one year. We get them out of there. And it's really just, more of it takes place in the ether, right? Twitter, social media, it takes place in a place that really doesn't exist. But because it's force fed to us, we'll bring it into the real world. And then the news told me this, Twitter told me this. I'm not buying their album. I'm not going to their concert no more. They cancel, right? Now, very few things are actually canceled per se, but just the language, the censorship, the hostility that comes behind someone being canceled, I think it could be detrimental to the free expression in our culture. I think it could be damaging, and we are quick to remove somebody from their status, their popular status, right, without doing our own research because somebody else told us to. So, with that being said, trending in Twitter today, Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon sat down with Professor Griff of Public Enemy fame in his Cannon's Class podcast and got deep. He got deep. He said some things that you could find in books based on scientific research. But what I think he was doing, he was really trying to impress Professor Griff with his knowledge. Nick Cannon, of course, a recent graduate of Howard University, with something along the lines of a Black Studies degree. So he's always been a heady individual, whatever, but I think he was trying to impress Professor Griff with his knowledge. And he said some things that white folks and Twitter is not happy with, and they're talking about canceling Nick Cannon. All right, so what we're going to do right here is take a listen. It's Nick Cannon from Cannon's Class with Professor Griff. Stand by. All right, here we go. Thumbs up if y'all can see it. It's not playing yet. They got 1.2 million views. And I can't get y'all to share my shit. My shit be having like, I'm sorry, my stuff be having like 40 views. Oh, man. No, Nick Cannon, recent graduate of Howard. Nah. He went to class. He went to class. I know some of Dr. Greg Carr was one of his professors and mentors. He was legit with it. All right, stand by. Let me get this to play because it's deep. I want y'all to see the video. I got the audio, but I really want y'all to see the video. All right, let's try it again. Here we go.
When we talk about the power of melanated people, when we talk about who we really are as guys, and understanding that our melanin is so powerful.
All right, here we go. Let me bring it back to the beginning.
That the reason why
all right, here we go.
Then let's go to what it really is. Then when we talk about the power of melanated people, when we talk about who we really are as guys, and understanding that our melanin is so powerful and it connects us in a way that the reason why they fear black, the reason why they fear is because the lack that they have of it. So then when you see what, Dr. Francis C. Welsing talked about is that fear and that
genetic annihilation
deficiency of when you have a person that has the lack of pigment, the lack of melanin, that they know that they will be annihilated. So therefore, however they got the power, they have the lack of compassion. That melanin comes with compassion. Melanin comes with soul. That we call it soul. We soul brothers and sisters. That's the melanin that connects us. So the people that don't have it are a little, and I'm gonna say this carefully, are a little less, and where the term actually comes from, because I'm bringing it all the way back around to Minister Farrakhan, to where they may not have the compassion or the when they were sent to the mountains of Caucasus, when they didn't have the power of the sun, that the sun then started to deteriorate them. So then they're acting out of fear, they're acting out of low self-esteem, they're acting out of a deficiency. So therefore, the only way that they can act is evil. The only way they have to rob, steal, rape, kill, and
fight or flight,
in order to survive.
Exactly.
So then these people who didn't have what we had, and when I say we, I speak of the melanated people.
Right.
They had to be savages. They had to be barbaric. Because they're in these Nordic mountains. They're in these rough, torrential environments. So they're acting as animals.
Right.
So they're the ones that are actually closer to animals. They're the ones that are actually the true savages. And then they built up such this, I don't want to say warrior, but they built up such this conquering, barbaric mentality.
Nick Cannon on one of the latest Cannon's class with Professor Griff, dropping science on his description or on the barbaric nature and savage nature of descendants of people from Europe. And so here's the thing. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, who he referred to, was a career, lifelong child psychologist and historian, who introduced the theory of racism, white supremacy. She coined the term racism, white supremacy. And her whole basis of her study, or most of it, was based on the fact of what is termed genetic annihilation, right? Where there's a species of when a species on planet Earth is faced with the internal fear of genetic annihilation, meaning its species will no longer continue, it tends to behave in a way that protects itself at all costs, right? So you can read her work. You can Google it. We're not getting that deep today. That's just the premise. So his whole thing where he's saying how black people are called savages and we're supposed to be, descendants of Africans are supposed to be uncivilized and whatnot, when it's actually the other way around, right? But he's making generalizations, which we do in conversation all the time. When you're presenting an argument, a lot of times you make generalizations. That's fair. But they going off on him on Twitter. Trending topic number 3. Talking about he's got to get canceled and he's a racist and how does he still work in Hollywood and his proof that blacks can be racist. And when in 90% of that, this is not me. This ain't Lamont. Let's go live. 90% of that was based on actual research and science. It's about 5% conjecture, 5% opinion, right? Whether you like it or not. And that's what I wanted to bring that on the show because I wanted to have a discussion about, when someone says something that you don't either agree with, know enough about, or like. In 2020, it's an immediate cancellation. And it's so weird because a lot of time we live in an information age and we have that's funny. I'm reading your comments in the peanut gallery. We have all the information at our fingertips and still don't know enough about the things we talk about every day. And so I just thought that was odd because I just waiting to see what comes of that because those were very strong. We saw what happened to Deshaun Jackson just last week. And, with his comments, which came out that he reposted a fake Hitler quote, which is double trouble. You repost a quote attributed to Hitler and then find out it's fake. That was tough. And he went on the apology tour and he had to go to the synagogue. He had to put the hat on and learn the history and go through a Seder and all of that. He had to run through the routine. But Nick Cannon, he's dodged some bullets. Like he's been very vocal. He's been an activist. He's dodged some career bullets. But with this one, with the verbiage that he used, is unlike much of the verbiage I've heard from him before. And I wonder, how much it's going to impact his career. I'm rooting for him. So I just wanted to throw that out there, man. Let me see. Terry Crews. Oh, so something did happen. AP News. Terry Crews is the new host of The Masked Singer. Wait a minute. Is that the one that Nick was on? Oh. Are y'all serious? Are you serious? Wow. Okay. Which show? I can't remember. Which show? Weren't they both on the same show? Like one guy was I bring you out with the mic guy, and then there's the backstage guy. Weren't they on the same show? I can't remember. I'm gonna have to look that up. Y'all wow. But cancel culture, man. I think we all have to do a better job of like even with the recent headlines, man, with people doing wild stuff. I think we live for other people's, I don't want to say tragedies because that's too harsh, but I think we live for other people's stumbles. We somebody trip and fall. Oh, if there's a waitress at the place and she drops a tray of glasses, everybody's clapping. Like we live for that. And I think cancel culture is a part of that, is an extension of that behavior where we waiting to see somebody stumble, waiting to see somebody F up in a way that we would hate to have been seen F up ourselves. So when we see that, it's like, oh no, you shouldn't have said that. You crazy, you tripping. Especially with social media and posts that don't age well. Your mindset, your mindset. Look at Kevin Hart, Kanye West. Your mindset in 2011 ain't what it is in 2020, but then somebody to bring it to you on a platter and be like, here you go, remember this shit? And then you done lost your job and how far does that go? And who's exempt? Can you be like, oh, well, I'm a comedian. I said it. I didn't mean it. Or if you're a politician, well, I was talking to my base. Or if you're just a regular person, that was when I didn't know any better. And now I've read more and now I know better. Like how do we determine who really means their apology and who don't? And do we really cancel or are we just bluffing like to each other? Like, 'cause I know some of y'all still playing R. Kelly music. If he had a virtual concert, if R. Kelly had a virtual concert and all you had to do was pay anonymously online for a password to a Zoom that he was streaming live from prison, doing all of his hits, wardrobe changes and everything, and you were an R. Kelly fan and nobody would know that you saw the concert, there's a lot of y'all that will go to that concert. Don't try it. So all that cancel stuff, that's why I say it's subjective, man, because we don't really, a lot of times, don't really be canceling. It's just it's something to say. You know what I mean? Until we get into the real cancellations, we boycotted for a day. Nobody did it. But until we get into the real cancellations, I feel like we just saying the words. So anyway, those 2 things I really wanted to talk about today. Let's see. Let's get some comments in there. Cancel culture is of the unmelanin people. No, don't be fooled. Black people on it hard. Don't even try it. Let's see. Nick don't need a job. He could retire. That's true. He got a lot of money. Nick's okay. You was joking. Oh, you had me, Mr. Clarkson. You gotta be careful, man. I be believing what you be saying. Nick still got a job for now. Oh, quick shout out. I saw somebody in the chat earlier. I don't know if he left. My man Colin Gard, man. I ain't seen him since high school. But he was one of my early inspirations for Student Government Association because I seen him. I think he was president at the time. I can't remember. But he was SGA, and he was so serious. He was a different dude. He's come to school in what I thought was pajamas and sandals and a briefcase. And when we got to the SGA meetings, he was dead serious. And a lot of the stuff I learned about parliamentary procedure and running meetings was from this guy, Colin Gard, and I seen him on the chat. So I just wanted to say what's up to him. I ain't seen him since high school, since graduation day. But that's what's up. Glad you tuning in, fam. And he made a comment. I can't find it, but he said something to y'all. Y'all said something to him. Be careful, because we'll put your ass out of order. All right. So anyway. All right, there's that, folks. Anybody want to jump in? I got the Skype situation. I'll take one call. Take one call, and then we're going to keep it moving. Anybody got Skype? Is there one? Won't you come? The doors of the live are now open. All right. Well, until then, again, this show is completely viewer supported, 100% for people like you. Shout out to my people watching right now in California. I seen that earlier on my phone. And in North Carolina, we're getting bigger. The show is growing. Oh, let's see. Our executive producer. Our executive producer is joining the program. Give me a second. Make sure I get you in there. Stand by, y'all. Executive producer is Skyping in. Here we go. And Mr. Clarkson.
Hey, what's going on?
Say, Mr. Clarkson. What's good with you?
Got you on here. Here we go.
Growing. Oh, let's see. Our executive producer.
Yeah, you might have to turn that down, though.
Let me see what I got to turn down. Because
joining the program.
Bam, I'm doing like this.
That's a hell of a delay. Yeah, I can hear you regularly, though.
All right, cool. What's going on, bro?
All right, good, man. Good, man.
Man, I don't know if you caught this, man, but John just put in there, and he's absolutely right. It just came through on the AP that R. Kelly will be doing an in-prison concert. You can pay anonymously. Harvey Weinstein will be filming it. Cosby will be opening up for him.
Oh, wow. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to see that? Who doesn't want to see Harvey Weinstein open up?
You can PayPal. You can PayPal the money anonymously too.
Oh, where does it go? Do you know the address?
I believe it goes to their defense fund.
Oh, okay. Got it. Do you, after 4 weeks, do you get in the water and get watered down?
So you get blessed.
Oh yeah, do you get blessed? Right.
The more money you put in, then you get an extended cut of 12 play and Ghost Dad 2, the uncut scenes. And
all the movies Weinstein has ever produced and groped anybody on. Amazing. This is amazing news. I mean, sheesh.
I'm just here to report the news.
Who knew? Cosby, Kelly, and Weinstein all at once on a virtual concert?
Virtual concert. Social distancing because we couldn't social distance.
Yeah, that's big. Malik said it must be an HBO special. Yeah. And it is though it's rated R under 18. All are admitted. That's what that is. All are admitted. So that's
R
admitted.
Yeah.
All right.
13 and under.
Well, I appreciate that info, man. Thanks for coming on, executive producer Mr. Clarkson. I'll talk to you in a minute. My guy. That's the brains behind the show, ladies and gentlemen. All right, well, there it is. Hey, so yesterday we're gonna wrap it up. We're out of time. No word from an elder right now. He's resting. So we'll catch that on the flip side. But again, Cash App Lamont King 06 if you enjoyed the show. Even if you ain't enjoyed the show, throw a couple dollars at it. If you see something, share something. Whenever we go live, whenever you get the little notification, turn them on, do all that. There's no reason in the world I should go to these videos and it'd be like 47 views. And then I go to somebody else joint who I love. I'm a fan of everybody's work, but I go to somebody else's video and they and bucking their eyes. 170,000 views. No way in the world. And so I need y'all to help change that. All right, become a patron. Patreon.com, Mr. Lamont King. And beyond that, man, be safe and have fun doing what you're doing. And let me take these off right quick. And yeah, and oh damn, we ran out of time. We were supposed to have Roland Martin on today. Roland, apologize again today. Thank you for standing by. We'll try to get you tomorrow. But for everybody else, peace, man. I see y'all. Be safe. And hey, let's go live tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time. In a minute.